be affiliated with an Airbnb or even a hotel.
He's actively buying stocks and bonds. So bring that into
However, in terms of the day-to-day operations of the entity, appropriate arrangements may be in place so to undertake. And that is what would enable me, or in this case, Andrew Holness, as Prime Minister, to go about Jamaica's business while someone else attends to the business of Imperium Holdings. It's not far-fetched, my friend.
But he's the one who dealing with the stocks and bonds and getting the loan of $50 million.
The Prime Minister may, because in other words, Shaka, we have a thing called, look at this thing, it's called a phone.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, man.
So we have information and communications technologies at our disposal. They are broadly referred to as ICTs, right? And you see, ICT enablement and the advancement of technology puts Jamaicans like you and I in a position to transact business via the touch of a button and in a split second. So when persons come and tell you about how many number of transactions the Prime Minister did over what period of time, as per the September IC report into this business of illicit enrichment, yes? What people need to understand and appreciate is that based on our communications and technology enablement at present, we are able to sit.
Word for word.
We are
understand that.
We are able to sit and transact business, give instructions to people at our investment houses. For example, at SSL, the Prime Minister would have given an instruction to liquidate his investment, and he provided a particular instruction as to a bank account to remit the funds
would you agree?
From that liquidated investment into his NCB account.
Would you agree that the Prime Minister...
At a drop of a hat, my friend.
Would you agree that the Prime Minister is the most powerful person in Jamaica?
I can understand why you'd make that comment.
Would you agree?
The most powerful outfit in Jamaica and person I would probably posit is the Chief Justice. And I'll tell you why. Because I know why you go there to make the point about the sweeping powers that the Prime Minister has. So let me just...
so the Prime Minister makes legislation for the Chief Justice.
So let me just convey this to you.
So I could just, Marlon, I could just agree and move now. That the Prime Minister is powerful.
Mr. Panton communicated that in Parliament. That the only outfit that can instruct, the Integrity Commission are the courts. So the courts are overwhelmingly powerful.
But you'd agree that the Prime Minister...
The Prime Minister wields...
So
hear what I'm saying. The Prime Minister wields considerable powers.
All right.
And those are not arbitrary powers.
All right, hold on, Marlon.
Those powers are given to him based on an election that is contested.
So we agree that the Prime Minister is powerful.
The Prime Minister the Prime Minister is a powerful person.
Right. So when a document goes to the KSAMC with the Prime Minister's name on it, or saying that the Prime Minister is associate, would you agree with me that?
Oh, you're saying that's a powerful document.
And it gets priority of place.
So let's be clear, Shaka. Let's be clear. We know that based on personage and name recognition, because this is precisely what allowed the Prime Minister to get an unsecured loan at a particular financial institution. If Colin Bell, but walk with me, General, I want you to be understanding what I'm communicating. If you walk into a bank and Marlon Morgan walk into a bank for $50 million unsecured, they would run the two of us out of the place. Because we have not built up that relationship with them. And the banks, and just to be clear, Maji, the banks make certain, they don't operate arbitrarily, They make certain determinations as to the credit worthiness of the person.
There you go.
They make up, because the banks have a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders. They can't just pick up the shareholders' money and go fling it away, whether to Androlus or whomever. So whatever money them give Androlus, my friend, is because they have made a determination as to his credit worthiness, and they know that he's a man who is easy to find, because obviously
he's the Prime Minister. But the loan that you speak of wasn't meant to be an unsecured loan. It just ended up to be unsecured. It wasn't meant to be.
Well, I don't get into the business of Barita. I don't operate a financial institution. So Barita
based on the report of the IC.
Into the report, Kevin Stevens is not the competent authority on anything that Barita does. Yes? The FSC is. So let's just be very clear, my friend. Barita, in keeping with the interests of its shareholders and operators, can elect to do what they elect to do
Marlon,
within the
I'm running out
confines
of
of
time,
Jamaican law.
but answer me this question.
You need a proper 3 hour, and I will come and sit
Man.
to you probably
Yeah, man.
for 3
And I
hours
need it.
days.
But
Because you can ask what you're asking.
I'm supposed to talk to
You
CM
can say what
Barnes.
you're saying, but I will be communicating what I'm communicating.
Yeah, man, and I
measured
don't want to give
and
you the
clear
time.
terms.
As
Because
you
you
realize,
spoke to the KCMC a while ago. I just want to set 10 seconds
Marlon.
on the KCMC. Yeah, man, I'm holding.
As you realize, when we started, I gave you the time because that's what I want you to do. I want to give you the time so you can talk, so you can respond to my questions.
Remember, we are going to 2025, which is going to be a massive year, brother. I have on my boots,
We have on strap up long time, but hear this, Marlon.
Okay.
Hear this. The Prime
I'm
Minister
a
says,
man. I play the football game one way.
Hold on. The Prime Minister says he feels like he's under attack by the Integrity Commission.
And I feel so too.
I beg to disagree because when I look at the hold on, when I look at the 2013 February 2013 ruling from the Integrity Commission, where the Director of Corruption Prosecution said she found on 2 occasions enough to charge the Prime Minister, but she didn't charge the Prime Minister because she said because of undue delay she wasn't going to charge him. If the Integrity Commission was so targeting the Prime Minister, don't you think that they would have said, take it to court and make the court decide that?
My friend, Shaka, the Director of Corruption Prosecution, certainly more so than some of the other agents at the IC, is clearly a fairly measured person, is someone who does something not dissimilar to what the DPP does here in Jamaica. The person is such a professional and a practical person that they consider the likelihood of successful prosecution and not just seek to jump and engage in prosecution, because that is why Paula Llewellyn and Greg Christie were at loggerheads when we previously had the Office of the Contractor General. Greg Christie would have preferred to run out and undertake prosecutions, but Paula Llewellyn had a different obligation in the scheme of things. She was not a puppy show prosecutor, and she was not presiding over a puppy show office of the DPP. She concerned herself with how appropriately queued up the cases were and the degree to which they were likely to result in successful prosecution. So